Hello, my dream bees, and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about Ayurveda philosophy and digestion. So I want us to use Ayurveda so that way we can understand how to heal our guts, how to listen to our bodies, and understand where our imbalances are coming from. So for today's video, I'm going to give you 3 very important tips that you can add to your routine. These are 3 tips that helped heal my digestive issues. When I became an Ayurveda yoga specialist, I started seeing all of these patterns that I was doing before and understanding how they were directly affecting my digestion. So, my first tip, this is something that completely changed my life and changed the way that I looked at food. My first tip is to just take a break. Now, we hear a lot of things about intermittent fasting, and Ayurveda does look at fasting as a very beneficial tool, something that helps you release toxins, something that helps your body heal. But when you are having digestive issues, sometimes a fasting can be a bit too extreme, especially with your day-to-day routine. If you're going to work and you have kids and you have lots to do, maybe you're running a business, maybe you're really stressed, maybe your mental health needs time, then don't look all the way to fasting or intermittent fasting, because that can be something very extreme to add to your routine. Just look at it in a more simple way. We're just going to be taking breaks. So, what I mean by that is we're going to start by having smaller meals, just less food for your body to break down, especially if it's already irritated. By adding more food, it's really not going to help. You're going to be creating more gas. These combinations of food create toxic gas that results in bloating, it can be in diarrhea, it could be in constipation. We're all going to feel these things differently. But every dosha needs time in between meals to take a break. Once you've gotten smaller meals, try not snacking in between your meals. Have a nice breakfast, a nice lunch, and a nice dinner, but don't snack in between. Now, snacking can be a great tool if your digestion is doing great. If you're feeling good, you're having regular movements, you know that little snack is going to give you a boost of energy, maybe just a boost of pleasure, then yes, of course you can go and snack and enjoy food as you wish. But the key thing here is when your digestion is not doing good. When your body is out of balance, it needs time to heal. Overpowering with food, overpowering it with combinations of liquids and foods, it's just going to make it more irritated. Even if we think we're feeding it good foods, let's just try to take a break. Especially at nighttime, having a smaller meal at nighttime and taking a long break through the night. And then in the morning, having a nice, gentle breakfast. Try to see what that feels like. Let's go into tip number 2. Tip number 2 is very simple. It's not mixing your fruits and your veggies. Now, what I mean by that is I personally, when I was having issues, I would be scrolling on Instagram and looking for healthy foods to eat to heal my gut. I would be looking for smoothie recipes, salad combinations, superfoods, lattes, anything that was written good for gut health, good for digestion. I was taking probiotics, prebiotics, everything you could possibly imagine. And it wasn't until I got deeper into my Ayurveda studies that I really realized that the combination of things that I was eating was just too much. My body was already irritated. Because it had been irritated for so long, it was exhausted, it was tired, and it was not able to digest everything that I was really feeding it. And that can be a tricky situation because we love to eat healthy things. We love to follow the next big health trend, but sometimes your body does not need that in this moment. Of course, if you eat something that is trendy and you feel really good afterwards, that's amazing. That is completely okay. But if you are mixing a bunch of these healthy ideas and healthy recipes, and your body is still feeling bad, you're still feeling out of sorts and tired and in pain, then take that break and stop combining these items. I'm going to give a couple combinations that is a really good idea to just not do while you're out of balance. Mixing fruits. Fruits can be something very tricky to break down into the body. So by mixing fruits, you have a high chance of creating a lot of gas in your tummy. So if you're going to eat an apple, cook the apple, peel the skin off so it's easier to digest, warm it up gently in a pan. Maybe you add some ghee, maybe you add some cinnamon, but just eat the apple. If you want to add the apple to oatmeal, that's amazing, but don't add apple plus strawberries plus a banana, because all those fruits break down at different rates in the stomach. And the moment they've all broken down, you're just going to have these toxic gases being released. It's very hard for them to break down together. So just eating an apple by itself, maybe just having a banana with peanut butter, but not mixing another fruit. And that can be the same with certain veggies. Sometimes adding as many veggies as possible is not going to be helpful. There's certain veggies that are just easier to digest. Start with those and eat them separately at the beginning, just so that the body can actually absorb the nutrients, as opposed to just aggravating the colon. Now, tip number 3. This is one that we have all heard before, but it's very hard for us to practice this tip. Tip number 3 is stress management. Now, that means something very different for everybody. But every dosha has a better way to manage their stress. Every person has a better way to manage their stress. And when it comes to the gut, because it is so linked to the mind, and we have so many connections between the body, the mind, and the soul, we need it to be working harmoniously in order for there to be healing. So, here are just some tips that you can try depending on what you really enjoy, what makes you feel really good. So before eating a meal, taking slow, deep breaths. Me, when I'm really trying to heal a specific part of my body, I place my hands on that body part and I take it like a very intentional meditation. You find your healing meditation. And you can place your hands onto the belly, close your eyes, and you have to really believe in this energy. And first, you just allow this part of your body to calm down. You want to physically feel that the muscles are calm, that your nervous system is calm, that everything slows down. The reason why it is important to be calm is because when we have too much stress in the body and our nervous system is all over the place, imagine even as a Vata dosha, you're already filled with so much movement. Maybe your symptoms are all over the place. Maybe you feel pain on one side of your stomach, but you also sometimes feel heartburn. You also sometimes get headaches. You have so many symptoms all over the place that it is really hard to find out where the root cause is coming from. And that is the key to healing, is finding out where is this root cause, how can we help it? So once we calm the body down, and for every dosha, once we have calmed that body down, we're really going to feel, okay, now I'm starting to feel this pain in this area, this aggravation when I eat this food. But it's not all over the place. It's not overwhelming the body. We don't want to feel that our symptoms are out of control. We want to be able to listen to exactly where it hurts, what you're feeling, what is out of balance. because then we can really get to treating the problem, have real foods that we can introduce to heal that specific problem. Not every food is good for every digestive issue. Ayurveda uses such specific herbs and recipes for specific digestive problems. So, another way to release that stress, it can be by doing yoga. If your digestion is slow, try to look to faster paced yoga flows like a vinyasa, your sun salutations. If you are a kapha dosha, maybe you need that boost of energy. Try to walk a little bit every day so that way you get your body moving to get also your insides moving. You can do gentle massages on the belly before you eat a meal or when you wake up in the morning, and also before you go to bed. If you're a pitta dosha or even a vata dosha, and you have so much energy that sometimes it can be too much and a bit intense, that's going to affect your digestion. Maybe your digestion is moving too quickly or it's too irregular. And now we want to slow things down. So for you, look to a yin yoga practice. Maybe even no yoga at all, just a yoga nidra where you can just listen and allow your body to melt into the ambiance. Maybe just a meditation is good for you today. We really want to use these opposing energies to find balance and healing. So stress is obviously something that is very specific, but we all experience it, and we all have different ways to really find how it works for us. So if you've been overly productive, you haven't been taking the time for yourself, just get back to basics. Get back to your yoga practice. Get back to a good sleeping schedule. And when you feel all of these digestive flare-ups, all of these symptoms coming to the surface, then that's when you have to try to not get overwhelmed by the stress. You have to take a step back, go back to step one, take a break, then try to keep your food simple, don't mix too much, and there you're going to have an easier way to manage your stress. So I really hoped you learned something new. Maybe you have other tips and ideas that you would like to share. Please comment them down below. And I just want to say a big thank you for being here, for listening to me. I appreciate you guys very, very much. So thank you. I hope you have a wonderful day.